Hey, what's up, man? How are you doing?
Hello, Harry. I'm good. What's up?
I'm glad to hear you're doing good, man. So I'm about to surf in a little bit, but I have a little time. So you said that you had some criticism of my position on natalism in regards to wild animal suffering, and also my view of abortion. So
Yes,
yeah, the
I
floor
did
is
have
yours.
some. I think I have. So I watched some of your videos on relating to the natalism thing, and one there's I think there's a lot of pragmatic things that you forgot to mention in regards to because you care about. I'm assuming that you care about wild animal suffering, correct?
I care about wild animal suffering in conjunction with the rights of wild animals as well.
Yeah. So I was looking at some of the stats. The according to my sources, it's wait. Let me pull them up. It says that each person produces 16 tons of carbon 16 tons of carbon dioxide every year. So in regards to the wild animal suffering argument, I just really don't know how we can make a calculation that natalism would cause less suffering in regards to wild animal suffering.
Well, the idea is that like if we stop breeding altogether, if humanity goes extinct, then this planet's gonna be fucked. Basically, it's just gonna be a bunch of wild animals running around, suffering, eating each other. Uh, is this like criticism that you're running supposed to be like a debunk of like natalism, or are you like more concerned about
Yeah, like the
like
wild
like
animal
some
suffering.
like
That's what I'm
some like
concerned about.
yeah, but are you saying that bringing humans into existence is a bad thing uh per se, or are you saying that doing it and at the same time like doing it irresponsibly and like producing a bunch of CO2 or whatever meth, or like ruining the environment, is that what you're saying
Yeah,
is
it's
bad, or are you saying that breeding is bad itself?
sorry for speaking over you. Sorry about that. Um,
No, so no worries, man.
I was going to say but in regards to the wild animal suffering, like, wouldn't we have to do like a calculation of like how many um the reason like presumably like you do care about like the carbon emissions that we cause and how it can like harm animals, correct?
Yeah, I take that into consideration as well. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I just don't like I'm not trying to like in what you said about debunking your position. I'm not trying to debunk it. I'm just like saying like we would probably need to think more about this because I do like I just don't really know how like we can make those calculations that it would cause less like rights violations because like I care about like fishes dying in the oceans due to overheating temperatures and shit like that.
No,
And
yeah,
like
I
a lot
totally agree.
humans do produce a lot of emissions by just
I totally
existing.
agree. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree that we should be, considering ways to reduce our carbon footprint and stuff like that as humans. But like bringing humans into existence seems to be a good thing. And do you agree with that?
Um, depends.
As opposed to like not breeding humans anymore and like going extinct. That's what I mean.
Oh, of course, I'm not like I don't want the human race to go extinct. But like, are you asking me like what my position on natalism versus anti-natalism is? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, I just wanted to know if like you're saying that being a
Yeah,
natalist
like I
is
said, it
bad,
depends.
or
It depends. Like, I would probably be against like lower class like citizens producing because like I think like the disutility that that can cause, and my argument against the wild animal suffering is humans are more sentient. Obviously, like most humans are more sentient than those animals who are suffering in the wild and being ripped apart. Like I would take that into consideration too. Not saying like that, but I think those things are like very massive too.
okay, so let me get this straight. So you're saying that like like some sort of like
That's
soft
economic burden.
natalist where you think that like breeding humans breeding is good, especially in like in first world countries and stuff like that. But you're saying that people in third world countries should not breed. Is that the claim?
Yeah, I guess so. Or no, no, no. More like people who are like probably gonna have like a lower quality of life than others. I'd probably say it's not okay for them to reproduce.
But are you saying that we should like enforce that and like stop them from reproducing or something like that?
Hmm. Uh, I
Because
would
I
just
see,
say,
sir, I see a couple of problems with that. Like one of them is like it starts sounding like eugenics at that point, and the second problem is that some people in those third countries could be very well the people that like develop technology to fight global warming and stuff like that.
that's a good point. I mean, like, wait, I have a question. This is actually a good question. Not to go on a tangent, but like, what do you think
Yeah,
about
but,
people
but
who,
before you add this question, like I just wanted to make it clear whether or not you think we should enforce people to not breed in third world countries.
it probably depends. Like, what I was about to ask, would you be okay with people in North Korea reproducing? Like that's crazy. If you know, like North Korea.
That's a tough one. Like people itself, sure. Like I'm in favor of them reproducing. I'm not in favor of the government. Like I want those people to like overthrow their own governments.
Or like Muslim dictatorships, like kind of like that. Those are just some examples, I guess. But like that would be like pretty bad if we kept bringing those people into existence. Like they
Yeah, I
already
mean,
have.
individual Muslim people is fine. Like they should. It's fine if they breed. Like I just want those dictatorships and those like theocracies to stop existing by any means, like even war.
Yeah, I think because I think it's uh it would definitely be probably like biting the bullet if like NATO has started saying that like um North Koreans, it's okay for North Koreans to reproduce because like it's North for some place like North Korea is like life on like hell on earth basically.
But like, just imagine like if people in North Korea stop reproducing, like, and let's say like that strip of land just because like a bunch of wild land with a bunch of like predation going on. Like, I don't know how to make the calculus of what is worse at that point.
Oh, um, well, what? Wait, why do you think I don't know
And
how
also,
to
I
make
don't
that
think
calculation.
people.
I don't know how to
Sorry,
make
what
that
what was that?
I don't know how to
Yeah,
make that calculation because
yeah. I mean,
like
me
these
neither. And,
wild
and also, and
animals
also, I don't. Yeah, yeah. Go on. Sorry.
these animals are like the wild animals that you're talking about are like obviously less sentient than these like North Koreans. So like I feel like that would be what would make those two asymmetrical. If you get what I'm saying.
Well, some of them are gonna be less sentient.
Yeah, like
Others
are
are.
you talking about like disabled people?
Yeah, yeah. There's
Like they
some
would have like
some
less cognitive abilities, something
some
like
are
that.
gonna be like some are gonna be like in the same ballpark of cognitive abilities as mentally disabled people, and there's some animals that are highly conscious. Obviously, there's like wild pigs and stuff like that are very intelligent. I don't know what kind of fauna you can find in North Korea, but you get my point. There's like highly sentient animals as well.
Yeah, I understand.
And also, I just
Anyways,
don't know. I just don't see how people becoming antinatalist in North Korea is gonna like maybe it does something to make the economy collapse and cause like some sort of change in the regimen in the government. Maybe, but I'm agnostic on that. I don't know.
yeah, um, I think it would also help if we liberate those people too. Like, well, they would probably be it would like a country like North Korea also helps with the vegan world, but that's beside the point. Anyways,
Wait,
is there anything
what's
else we need to get out the way of this discussion?
yeah, I just wanted to understand that last claim that you made that what helps the vegan world.
Like North Korea, like they really can't be like vegan. Like obviously, it's hard to like get enough calories in like a totalitarian regime. Like I wouldn't really blame them for like eating animals.
Oh yeah, like I totally agree. Like a country like that is virtually impossible for like the government controls everything, right? So it would
And
have
also, their
to,
ideology is actually speciesist. It's a very how do you say anthropocentric? Like it's like that.
yeah,
So I
anthropocentric.
yes, their ideology is anthropocentric, and it always has been. So it's not
Yep.
really a surprise that they don't have any consideration for like non-human animals.
Yep. I just don't see. I just don't know what the solution would be. But I don't think antinatalism is the solution.
Anyways, is there anything else like we need to get before we go on to abortion ethics?
No, no. I just don't think like any like my view. You don't disagree with any of my views, right? Like you think like some form of soft and responsible natalism is a good thing, right?
Yeah, I would say it's probably okay. Like I'm like I would probably say like I would be okay with like some vegans like if they're economically successful I would be okay with them reproducing probably. It would probably be good on the net.
Definitely, yeah, definitely vegans, and also like you
Are
know,
you okay
and
with? We
all.
have a question for you. I don't think anyone's ever asked you this. Are you okay with carnage reproducing?
Yeah, I'm okay with carnage reproducing for several reasons. Like one is like their kids could end up being vegan. Like not necessarily because they're carnage. Their kids are well, they're gonna be carnage at first when they're babies, but they can very well become like vegan activists later on, like me. Like I'm an example. And like also at the same time, we kind of need carnists for the meantime, like to for civilization to
I
run
think that's the
until
best
like
point right there.
lab grown meats becomes a big thing. But yeah, that's my view.
I think the second point you make there is very good. Like obviously, if we stopped all carnists from reproducing, it would probably be terrible for like economics and stuff like
Yep,
that.
they're like I think nutrivore. Like Nick says this all the time. Like carnists are unfortunately instrumental for vegan flourishing.
Yeah. Anyways, is that it? Like we can move on to the abortion, or like, do you want to get anything out the way, just so we can make it clear?
We can go to abortion, but like I just want to make it clear. I know jack shit about. I don't know much about biology. I have a rough sketch of a position. I am a pro sentience. I think like beings with trivial amounts of sentience have a right to life. I mean, I have reason to believe that at around 8 weeks, uh, fetuses are like have sentience to a non-trivial degree. You know, that could be I could be wrong about that, but like if we could, if I don't know, that's my view for now. But what's your criticism of my view?
What do you think about the car analogy that I posted in the chat?
Yeah, you should read it, man. Read it for me. Like
Okay, let me read
I
it out
actually
for
didn't
you.
have time to read it. Yeah, sure, sure.
Let me read it out for you. Imagine you're driving along a quiet road at night. You're aware that there's a small random chance something might unexpectedly attach to your car, but you took the risk anyways. Let's say a hook connected to a passenger in distress on the side of the road. The passenger is fully dependent on your car to survive, and once hooked, they will be attached to your car until their life stabilizes enough for them to safely detach, which would which could take many months. You took this road knowing about the small possibility of a hook attaching, but you're not obligated to stop driving because the chance exists. So like my point there is just because you took a risk does not mean that like you can like you now have to like take every consequence of it.
Yeah, I get your hypothetical. That's a good hypothetical. I just don't see
Yeah, I
as
don't like the
completely
violence
analogous.
analogy. That's I think that's the thing that many like pro choice people make. Like the violin, there's some obvious symmetry breakers between the violinist analogy, and I think mine is kind of better because it makes everything symmetrical between the abortion debate.
Yeah, the only problem that I see with your analogy is that, like, unfortunately, most people to survive need to drive cars. Like, it's inevitable, at least in like in places like Puerto Rico. It's like terrible for pedestrians and shit like that. And like, basically, we're forced to drive around cars if we even want to fucking survive.
So I guess the things that come in clash with each other is does the fetus's life matter more than the woman's right to bodily autonomy? Because like I don't think consent is like a one time deal. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
What would
definitely,
your objection to
definitely,
that be?
definitely. When it is non-sentient, the mother's bodily autonomy rules everything. Like
Well,
abort
obviously, I'm
for
okay
any reason.
with
Yeah.
like I think we already both agree that like um abortion before sentience is obviously okay, but like I'm talking about sentience, yeah. Like with like 8 months, like let's just say that for the sake of argument.
So your position is that abortion in
And I definitely have a threshold of sentience. Like at 6 months, I'm pretty sure is when the fetus becomes what can live on its own, and I'm pretty sure they can do a surgery just to like remove it without killing it.
that is viable at that point.
Yeah.
But that
I
doesn't
would
mean
say
that it's
I'm
not
agnostic
sentient.
after that, but I don't
That
really
doesn't mean
know.
that it's not that doesn't mean that it's not sentient before it is viable.
Oh no, that's not what I said. I said I'm agnostic after that because now they can just do another. They have an alternative. Like before that, they don't really have one.
Yep. And what was? Did you ask me something about my position? Where were we at?
About bodily autonomy, um, like I said, I'm gonna repeat myself here. What I said, like I don't think I think they have a they have a right to pull out. Like I think they have a right to like terminate the pregnancy at that point because like it's it's like taking up their personal space. It's eating up their nutrients and stuff like that. Like it's I mean, I don't know if this would be an appropriate word to use, but if like they're if you don't want a baby inside your body anymore, it's basically like a parasite at that point. To me, at least I see it that way.
Well,
I
I mean,
don't.
I would use like more like symbiotic instead of like parasitic. But like I think that the my main issue is that you are basically responsible if it becomes sentient. You are the one who put that being in that situation of dependence on you. So I think it's kind of fucked up to just like kill like in the violinist example. If somebody like purposely plug somebody into their body. Like, well, that's not the violence example. So, like the analogy I wanted to look is like Dr. Ravi's position, Ravi's hypothetical about playing with stem cells. Like you're playing with stem cells, and you know that you're running a very high degree of a risk
Okay.
of
Oh
like
yeah, I have an objection to that hypothetical, the one that you're talking about.
yeah, yeah,
I
but
think
to
I
finish
think a
the
lot of people.
hypothetical for people to finish the hypothetical for people that don't know about it, like let's say you are playing with stem cells and like there's a very high likelihood of that of like making a being and a sentient being and like making it dependent on you. And now it is like a sentient being with a will to live. Do you now have the right to kill it? Like just because like you were fucking around with stem cells and you purposely sorry you like you took that risk knowing that it could happen. I don't think you have the right to just kill somebody. Like you know you're responsible now for that situation.
Well, how in this hypothetical that you're using, how sentient is it? Like, is it just like an adult person? Like, if abortion, if most abortions who were like let's say they were killing people who are sentient as like an adult, I would probably be against that. But like, I don't really think it's sentient enough to like
Yeah,
be.
let's say you have the sentience of a little dog, or you said groundhog, right? Like Dr. Avi says, like fetus, non like some fetuses have at some point into the sentience of groundhogs. Like let's say you had the mind of a groundhog. Is it fine to like kill the groundhog? I don't think so, man.
Um, like if protection was used.
Especially if you think about the potential for like it's already sentient first of all, so
Oh,
it
you
already
said
has like a
stabbing to
right to
death. You
life.
said stabbing to death.
No, I didn't say stab to death because I know you have a problem with that language. I said kill.
Oh yeah, actually, but I think that actually matters too because I obviously there's actually I researched it. There's actually a way to give it mercy kill a baby. Like you can just like I'm pretty sure they euthanize it. There's a way to do it like less painfully, which I
Sure,
would
man, but
obviously
like
prefer.
I wouldn't do that to like a newborn. I don't know why I would do it to someone that's like uh a little
Well,
less
I think
sentient.
there's an obviously symmetry breaker there. Like it's not in your body anymore. Like it's not taking up everything you want anymore. Like
Yeah,
I
but
value time.
let's say you played with stem cells and now you created a being that is dependent on you and has the mind of a groundhog. It is in your body. It is fully attached to you. Do you have the right to kill the groundhog? Sorry, not just a groundhog. It is a groundhog that is gonna become like a full sentient human in the future.
Yeah, I would say that's okay. I mean, that would just be repeating the same thing.
You would say it would be right to kill it.
Yeah, if it's causing the mother a lot of disutility, I would say it's a greater rights violation to let that all happen than just kill the baby.
Even if you had like an option to
It doesn't have a
you
big
know,
worldview. It doesn't
let's say
have a
let's
big
say
world.
let's say that you could wait 9 months and then give it for adoption. You would still say that it is ethical to kill it.
Yeah, if it's depending on your existence, yeah.
I think at that point we just have
Also,
a
another
little
thing I
bit
want to
of
bring
a
up.
difference in values. Sorry. I just think we have a little bit of a difference in values at that point. I mean, you're not inconsistent or anything. It's just that I think it's fucked up to just kill somebody that you made dependent on you, even if it has the mind of a groundhog.
Another thing I was going to say. Um, I think we're failing to get something to here. It's the pragmatics of abortion too. Like, I'm pretty sure like 95% of the pregnancies in the USA are unplanned. Like, I'm pretty sure most of them reported using some form of protection, and they still ended up having a baby anyways. And a lot of them are economically unstable too. Like, it could hurt. It could hurt if that being the groundhog. Like I was saying, the hypothetical, that groundhog can like possibly become like it can have a low quality of life too. So I don't even think it's just about the mother suffering. I think it can be about the baby suffering too. So
Yeah,
it's kind of like an anti-angle.
I just think their right to life is more valuable to me than those kind of
Well, what
consequences.
makes life worth living? That's the thing. What makes life worth living for them?
I mean, poor people just keep on living, and I'm not. I don't see them like committing suicide on a massive levels or anything like that. A
Well,
lot of them find
the
a way to
difference.
enjoy life.
Repeat that. What did you say? Sorry, I talked over you. What did you say again?
Yeah, I'm just saying that like for the most part, people even in third world countries, they find life valuable. They're not like committing suicide on a mass scale or anything like that.
Well, the difference here would be the sentience. Like I said again, like it would be like those people who are not committing suicide would probably like there would the difference would be the consciousness of like a baby, a fetus, and like those people living in third world countries are obviously different in terms of cognitive abilities and intelligence and things like that. So that would be the
Sure, man,
symmetry.
but let's say let's say they were born and then they stayed with the degree of consciousness as a groundhog and they grew up and still had that degree of consciousness as a groundhog they're just mentally disabled humans. You would say it's wrong to kill them, right? Because they're not in the dependent on the woman's body anymore.
Repeat that again. I didn't understand. Sorry.
Yeah, so like if we had two beings, one of them is attached to a mother and one of them is independent, but they both have the mind of a groundhog. So it is trait equalized in the consciousness trait. You would say it is bad to
Oh,
kill
you're
it.
saying that the mother. You're saying the mother would be a groundhog too.
No, I'm saying one groundhog, one human has the mind of a groundhog because he's mentally disabled and he's already independent. He's born, but one of them is inside of the body, but they have the same mind for some reason. You would say it is bad to kill it in one case and not the other, right?
Sorry, I don't really understand your question. Like it repeats like a lot. You said
Did
I'm
you
not good
understand?
understanding stuff.
Yeah. So because you said that what makes it wrong in one
Dumb
case
it
and
down
not
for
the
me.
other.
Dumb it down for me. Like I don't
Yeah,
really
yeah,
understand what you're saying.
yeah, man.
It's
I try my best.
confusing.
I just think it's a language barrier. My English is not that great. So, like you said that the thing that makes it bad, like one of the things at least that makes it bad to just kill humans, is that they have like complex minds or something like that, right? It's the degree of consciousness.
Sentience and consciousness and stuff like that. Like the more the ability to like suffer and like be happy more. Like things like that. I
Exactly,
think.
exactly. So this
All
is
right.
my hypothetical. Let's say we had two beings. two possible worlds, right? In one possible world, we have a being that is inside of a mother's womb, and it has the mind of a groundhog. It's a human, but has the mind of a groundhog. And
All
then
right.
in world B, we have a being outside of the mother, but with that same mind, has literally the same mind, like for some reason. Do you
Oh,
think
that's yeah. That's
your
okay. I
view
understand what
your
you're
view
saying.
yeah, your view is that it's fine to kill the one that's in the womb, but not the one that's out of the womb?
Yes, the symmetry breaker there in my morality would be the bodily autonomy thing. Like, if it's dependent, I think it is you don't consent to having them there, so that would be the
Yep.
difference there.
Yeah. So I just
But
think
then
we run there into like just value differences there, because I think I'm not I don't like the shell morality. I think if someone has the same mind as another person, I think they both are valuable, strong to kill
what is
both.
morality?
Shell morality is like valuing like external stuff other than just the mind. The only thing I value is minds, man. Obviously, I take into account utility and stuff like that. But like in the case of an average pregnancy and stuff like that, that doesn't. It's not gonna cost like a.
Well, you said that rights, like, you would consider like rights violations worse than like disutility. Like, that's what you're
Yes,
saying.
yes. I consider I put a higher weighing in rights violation than utility.
But like, wouldn't what makes the baby's life worth living like be utility? Like, I don't understand. Like,
Yeah, yeah, to a certain degree, yes, but I don't think like the average human being born is gonna have like this utility to such a great degree that life is not worth living. Therefore, it's wrong to
then I
abort.
think,
In my
yeah,
view.
I think we just do have like a value difference there. I don't really
Yep,
like.
I think it comes down to that. By the
Anyways,
way, Gus just got here, so I'm about to surf. But anyway, it was nice chatting with you, bro.
thanks. It was a very good fight. Thank you.
Anything else that you wanted to ask me or anything?
No, that's it. I saw that someone joined the here,
Yeah,
Confucius.
Confucius is in the house. Confucius, you got anything that you want to ask me before I go, or is that it?
Yeah, I had one thing. So, for nihilism, um, do you hold the position that it does reduce suffering and rights violations? Like, you believe that?
Yes, I believe that having humans on the face of the earth is better for the conservation of rights and utility than like getting rid of humans. That's my position. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'd agree. But it's
Okay, is that it then? Well, have a good one, boys. Take it easy.
See you. Thanks for the chat.